republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back. Once again, we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And joining me tonight is Mr. Mark.
Mr. Mark is here. Life is good.
Mr. Dean.
I don't know if I deserve the title Mr., but thank you.
You're sitting in Tarver's seat. He's going to be pissed. Well, he doesn't have Facebook, so he's not going to be pissed.
Oh, I flattened his.
That's the turkey cushion. That's the ass cushion over there.
I flattened it. How do you inflate it again?
You got to unscrew the little lid. Anyhow.
Oh, it's inflated again.
There you go. Anyhow, how are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Doing well.
Anything exciting happen at the gun store? You guys, this is going to be a great podcast already. Anything exciting happen at the gun store, Mr. Mark?
Just selling the heck out of guns.
What's your big sellers right now?
The Ruger 5.7. It barely, literally hasn't even made it off the truck. At least 3 times now.
You said people are actually buying them and they're still cold from
They're
shipping.
still cold because they just came off the truck.
People are waiting for them.
And
They're all spoken for before they even.
well, we don't have a list or anything, but people like everybody shows up when they're supposed to be there, and they're like, they walk in, hey, I noticed your truck's out there unloading.
Do they follow the truck there or what?
I wonder if they do. I don't know. But it's pretty crazy.
Which truck delivers it? What does it say? Identify this for me.
D&B supply on the side, I think. But
Oh, they probably wait at the Prime Bridge, follow it into town.
maybe, yeah, that's probably true.
It's going to be some Fast and the Furious heist going on. Now they got me tagged. So
Yep. Don't have any Honda Civics, do you?
no
Okay,
Honda.
you're fine.
No. I know my white daughter drives an Accord.
Okay.
So. Ruger 5.7, I was in there, and you let me know when I visited you that you had one. And that doesn't feel too bad.
It's kind of a big gun, but
It's a big,
not
but
a bad.
I would expect it to be a bigger gun. And trigger's not perfect, but it's not horrible either.
No, definitely worse ones.
So
the trigger snobs,
Yeah, well, yeah. So the guys who are buying it, what are they buying it for? Are they buying it for self-defense?
They're buying it just because it's half the price of the FN.
But, what are they going to use it for, though?
I have no idea.
You had a guy come in that hunts coyotes, right?
Well, yeah. So, yeah. There's that. Which he's bought some guns from us before, like the VR80 and some other pretty cool stuff, pretty good selling stuff. He does reviews and. I think he's going to do like a review on this. He does his own YouTube channel, I think. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
So are we going to get him on the podcast?
Possibly. I'm working on it.
Okay. Have you asked him yet?
Yeah, I've talked to him. I'm going to try and arrange that we get a chance to shoot it. We might have to buy the ammo, but.
Oh, we can do that.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But
I'll buy all the ammo and I'll charge you guys double to shoot it.
Yeah. He makes his own. So he has his own, I think they're electronic, either the sounds or the actual call itself. But he hunts coyotes, so he makes his own calls and stuff. So.
Oh, hey, that's pretty slick.
Yeah. But yeah.
So is he going to shoot coyotes with this thing?
I think he's going to try because I think he gets them in close enough.
You can get him close enough to shoot it with a pistol?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can.
Wow.
Well, he could put like a red dot or like a little mini scope or something on that thing.
He's pretty well known around here for coyote hunting, so I'm sure he's.
Do you want to throw his name out there or no? Do you have the permission?
I don't know if I have permission, but
okay. Well, we'll talk. You can talk to him. We'll see if we can get him on or something. So,
hey, can you tell us a little bit more about the 5.7 round?
Yes, tell us more about the 5.7 round.
So 5.7 round is it's actually, I think it was developed for to take over as a NATO round. It is a small caliber, a little bit bigger than 22.
It's like a mini rifle round.
Yeah, almost.
Right? It's bottleneck cartridge.
Yeah.
Originally.
Originally, it was. We know it was used at Fort Hood. It was the one used at the fort. Well, we got stuff going on over there. You okay?
Yeah.
Get the cobwebs out there.
So, I mean, have you ever shot a 5.7?
I've never. I don't think I've ever even seen one live.
You can reload them, right?
I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just checking. I mean,
how heavy is the bullet?
the dude can't talk right now.
You can
I think
sign
I'm good
like
now.
how heavy
Anyway.
is the bullet?
Sorry,
Come on, Helen Keller. How heavy?
went
is
down
it?
the wrong way.
It's a podcast. You can't do ASL on the
Yeah.
podcast. It doesn't work that way.
So not a very heavy grain bullet. It is a center fire, so I'm sure you can reload them.
Yeah.
But here we go again. Anyway.
You okay?
Yeah, there's so I know there's armor piercing rounds and stuff that you can get for them. That's why they're really popular, is their armor piercing capabilities. I'm losing my voice.
I've had guys I've actually had guys bring them to my concealed carry class and want to shoot them at the indoor range, and I'm like, no,
Yeah, no.
not gonna happen. Oh, why not? I'm like, yeah, no.
So there is I think there's like a few manufacturers right now that make the bullet, but originally this was an FN P90, I think is what it was originally developed for.
Right.
And then they moved it into the 5.7, which is their handgun.
Right.
20 round mags, most of those 5.7s and the FNs were running $1,200-$1,300.
Right.
If you could get them.
Right.
Now they're, the rigger came out and it's about $650 is what we're selling it for.
Gotcha.
So half price, and the round itself it's pretty cool. I mean,
How fast is it going?
I can't remember the velocity.
So Wikipedia is telling me it's
5.7 by 28 millimeter.
yeah. So it's about the length of a .22 Winchester Magnum rimfire.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
pretty
right.
close.
Magnum, but it's bigger around, so it's very
Just by a
similar
little
to
bit,
to the 22 Hornet or the 22K Hornet.
Yeah, probably pretty close to that.
No parent cartridge. It's completely brand new.
It's
Yep, FN.
it's its own cartridge.
FN de Hurstel. So it's
Wow.
it's its own cartridge. Yeah, it was originally developed, I believe, to replace, not necessarily replace, but to be a NATO round, and possibly replace the 9mm. But I'm not entirely sure on that one.
The 9mm lives on.
Yeah.
It's gonna live forever.
The most communist round ever.
Forever.
That's right, you Soviet.
Yeah.
So for the 5.7, it says bullets are anywhere from 28 to 31 grains, and that's little. And they're going, let's see, holy crap, 2,350 feet per second.
Sweet.
Holy balls.
So, anyhow, maybe one day Tarver will end up with one, and we.
I don't know. Apparently I get choked up talking about it.
You
so.
do. It's so touching.
Yeah.
So, anything else happen at the gun store? Anything exciting?
I mean, we've just been selling the heck out of guns lately.
What else is selling good?
Well, I don't know. The winter hasn't been too terrible here, so
Right.
I really can't say like ice melt or anything like that. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. It's-
Oh, what other gun? Yeah, besides the
Oh,
FN.
guns.
Yeah,
guns. So always the Taurus G2C is a good seller. I mean, it's an easy sell. I don't want to call it that, but the price and everything.
Right. Next time I'm there, you need to remind me. I need to get my hands on the newer one,
The G3.
the G3. I should have picked one up when I was there and checked it out, because you said it wasn't. You said it really wasn't that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's a bigger. Have you seen it?
The trigger is better than the G2C, but
It's more of a full size.
yeah, but there's still a lot of things that could be worked out on the trigger, but it's
Gotcha.
not nearly as bad as the G2C.
We'll just give it to my trigger man over here, and he'll take care
Yeah,
of
I'll
it.
look it up.
the trigger.
What is
down.
it called? G2?
G23.
G3.
Taurus G23.
No, G3.
G3. G2. Oh,
So G2 is
whatever. Gotcha. Okay.
is the compact, and now the G3 is more of the full size.
So it is warming up outside. Did you guys notice how nice it was today? My wife's
kind of.
Dude, it was still freezing. The
was still
wind
cold.
just cut right through you. I had to
Oh.
go out and change a tire, and man, it
wasn't
cold.
blowing here till this evening.
really? Yeah.
So
over in
my
Troy, it was
wife's got flowers coming up out of the
I've
ground
noticed
already.
that. Yeah.
I've got a guy coming out, if the weather holds off, I've got a guy coming out beginning of next month to dig out some more of the range. create some more dirt out there, some more dirt backstop area, and then I'm bringing in some gravel.
Nice.
So
So it won't be a mud pit.
it won't be a mud pit. So we're looking to upgrade that a little bit. But what have you been up to, Mr. Dean?
Hey, I saw. It's been 2 months since I've been on the podcast.
No, you were on here weren't you on here a couple weeks ago?
Was I really? I don't know. It's been a long time.
Anyhow,
It's been a while.
what have you been up to, sir?
Maybe
Maybe I'm just remembering when you came the other night.
honeydews. Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Yeah, honeydews.
No shooting, no nothing, no reloading, no lead casting, no.
You shot something.
Done anything? Yeah. Well, yeah. I shot a
So explain.
tall, hairy man that was trying to accost me.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, balding man. Sorry.
Balding. I had my hat on. You don't know.
Shoot.
So what I did is I had Dean come over and we were working on some classes. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live, guys. By the way, Phillip and Morgan and Tyler and Gordy and anyone else I'm not seeing. But Dean came over and we worked on, we got out the Sims rounds or the UTM stuff. I guess it's UTM, but I'm going to call it Sims just because even though that's a brand name, everyone knows what Sims are.
Sims is a brand name.
It is. And
I thought that was a video game.
we did the 21-foot rule. And I posted the video up on Facebook. I sent you the video. You watched it, right?
Oh, yeah, I watched. Yeah.
So
You're such a nice victim.
you are a
I know,
nice
right?
victim.
Well, I felt so bad because I basically pushed the gun into his elbow
and then pulled the freaking trigger. I still got a scab.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So what was that? I mean, what was funny is that first video is we did it a few times, but after the first one, I was kind of already like turning because I knew I was going to get nailed.
yeah.
What was that like though? I mean, I'm going to ask you this. I cheated my way toward you. Okay. And then I rushed you. You saw me coming closer to you. Did it even click? Did it register? Were you just playing a good game or what?
I was just, it wasn't even thinking of you as a threat because I still hadn't quite got it into my head. I'm going to have to pull this gun and shoot Todd.
Right.
Even with the Sims round. Yeah, I saw you coming close, and I saw, okay, he's trying to cut the distance, but then I'm like, whatever.
I love it because you're like,
I can still get it out.
stay away, sir.
I was like, totally playing it up like a dumbass. Right.
But what was it like to actually? Even it was a Sims round,
Yeah.
And we've shot each other with these before. Yeah. Well, what was it like actually doing it
In
like a semi, like I'm running at you types? Was it hard?
yeah.
What do you think you'd have the same trouble with a real gun?
Actually, here,
Tell me what it was like.
thinking about it was hard.
Right.
Let's say I've done paintball before, and
Right.
I didn't like it because I'm pointing a firearm at someone, even though it's paintball, and I'm pulling the trigger. I did not like that. However, when you have someone coming at you, and the adrenaline gets up and going, and you get the tunnel vision. I don't care. There it is. I'm just pulling the trigger multiple times. I'm doing it, and I was able to. The first time I got off 3 shots.
In my arm.
However, right, every time I shot, you had your arm. I shot you right in the arm.
Well, because what I was running
every
at you,
time.
and I was reaching out to grab because I was using my left hand to grab, but you were holding the gun in your right hand. So when I'm running at you, I was reaching out because that was the arm that was closest to yours.
Yeah.
On the same side. So I was reaching out to grab the firearm or push it away, and you ripped the trigger off right there when I was on top of you.
Yeah. That's as quick as I
Do
can
you
get
remember
it up.
drawing the firearm?
I don't remember drawing. I tell you, even though it was...
It wasn't from concealment. It was... Your shirt wasn't over it.
No, shirt wasn't over it. It was just strong side, hip.
Right.
And even though I know we were just farting around and it wasn't real, I still got the tunnel vision. I still lost track of time. My heart rate got up. I could feel the adrenaline going. And honestly, even though I know you were coming at me, you're leading with your left arm, what I remember and why I said I'm sorry, because I thought I had the thing pointed right into the electronon process of your right arm, the elbow of your right arm. I remember distinctly having the gun into your right arm. I never once shot your right arm. No, it was all the left.
I took I think we did the scenario 3 times and we shot 10 or 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I took almost every round in the arm.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Did you, you may not know, but did you want to use the gun other than just pulling the trigger? Did you want to use it to hit him or anything?
All I could
or?
think about was getting the gun out and getting some shots off.
And let me ask you this: did you? Because I think, even though we teach it, I always say this: you have to walk, or you have to crawl before you can walk before you can run. But in a defensive scenario, some of the fundamentals, depending on what the situation is, you're not going to use certain fundamentals. You're just not. You need to know what they are, but you're not going to use them. So let me ask you this: you didn't shoot with two hands. It was one hand. It was
I really?
It was one hand, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it was.
And
because there's my tunnel vision.
Yep.
I in my head I got it right up to my chest and pushed it out.
And you
with two hands. I know I didn't.
You never even looked at the sights.
Yeah, I never did.
You didn't. No. That was never. You were looking at the target.
So that's kind of how I practiced, though.
Well, and that's point shooting, and that's what's going to happen in a defensive, encounter like that, where you have to use, and someone's rushing at you. That person is going to be on top of you,
right?
And I mean, you are not going to have time to sit there, and that's why when we teach the draw to a certain extent. To draw, when you draw that gun, you flip it up, and you're ready to go right here. So you can push it out, and you're able to engage right here as soon as it is out of the holster.
Yeah.
And you were. Here's the thing: is you were already at a disadvantage because you couldn't evade. You couldn't get out of that situation.
No,
you were in a corner, so you were stuck pretty much.
And Todd's was making fun of me too. It's like, you look at you cowering in the corner like a little girl. Like, oh, shoot! In my head. What I thought I was trying to do was I was trying to get off the X.
Right. No, exactly.
But honestly, as soon as you got there, I was cowering like Gollum in the corner.
I kind of set you up for failure a little bit.
Well,
without even realizing.
And the thing too,
failure.
That first time when you cut the distance down, you probably came a good.
I was halfway there.
You were halfway there, just about halfway there. You could have easily knocked the gun out of my hand by the time I got the first shot off.
So what? Approximate how much time did it take you to process what was going on? Just the fact that it was coming at you.
It was interesting that let me jump in before you answer that question.
Even though you know it.
It was interesting to me because he knew what was going on, but yet he knew what was going to happen.
Right.
It's not like he didn't know anything about 21-foot rule. I gave him this and he didn't know what was going to happen. He knew what was going to happen, but yet I still got close and I still was on him. So now answer his question.
So I forgot what I was going to say.
Like the time, like what your reaction
going through my head
it,
in the back of my mind, I was going, "Oh, he's cutting the distance. What the hell is he doing that for? This isn't part of the plan." So totally throwing me off.
Yeah.
Totally threw me off, and it really brings home the fact that wow, you can cover that distance awful fast.
And I'll be honest with you,
fast.
I like to run and stuff, but I'm really not that. My fast twitch muscles are not. I'm not good off the. So I was probably pretty freaking slow too, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, you could have easily disarmed me.
Well, and the fact that you couldn't get or keep the distance was a huge disadvantage because as soon as he cut that distance, you couldn't get it back at all.
I think you're exactly right. I couldn't have. Once the distance is down,
and there's a good chance too that even if you didn't have a wall right behind you, and you could try to. You're running backwards like that, you may or may not just trip and fall on your butt at that point. I mean, it's serious.
Or in my head, I was thinking, "No, this isn't part of the scenario. What are you doing?" And I would have just stood there anyway and not tried to get away.
Kind of glad you didn't fall on the ground because you probably shot me where I needed a cup or something. That would have been bad, really bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
I talked to a guy that's done a lot of stuff with Sims rounds, and he was saying that there are a lot of times what happens is the bad guy gets shot in the hand.
Oh,
because because he's usually he asked me, were you holding anything? I said no, it was just assumed that I had a weapon, and he goes, it's funny, you put like a rubber knife or something, another gun or a rubber knife or something in your hand, and that's the hand you're going to get shot at.
Really?
Because the person's focused
on that,
and that's the whole gist of point shooting.
Yeah. I've been so this isn't with Sims rounds, but airsoft.
Get popped in the hand.
We played this scenario out where we were clearing a hallway in a room and different stuff like that.
Right.
And got drilled right in the hand.
Yeah, people. That's where they're focused. They're focused on that weapon. So
and with my feelings about the 9mm and the things that I've studied about, if you get shot, you're still going to keep coming. So
Well, yeah.
even though I put rounds in you, you were still going to be able to F me up.
I was still going to be on you, and if I had a knife, I still got to you, and I would have been
You
able
still would have cut me wide open. You could have gutted me.
even if you had gone just straight backwards and you shot me and I fell on you, I'd have fallen on you, but I still would have had that knife.
Yeah.
Is the problem, because I'm right-handed.
And you still have your right hand.
The knife, this wasn't, and those weren't necessarily fatal shots.
Right.
I think as high as you got was like right here. I mean,
The only way that they're going to stop you is if they went through your arm, and there's no guarantee that's going to happen.
right. So I don't know. Pretty interesting.
It was very interesting. I learned a lot. And learned how much I really need to practice, because I haven't practiced drawing and firing in a long time. And the only thing that came out was I specifically remember having the muscle memory to go get the thing and pull it up. How my right hand worked. My left hand was shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I probably even swiped my
You
left
might have.
hand. I might have.
I'd have to
pointed
watch the
barrel right at it.
video and like slow it way down maybe and check it out. But, and I plugged it last week, and that's part of what I do on the podcast here. But I have this guy coming to do this EFPS class in I believe it's April. Yeah, March. It's in April, because it's the weekend after my race.
Is that anything like Voda?
It's
probably nothing like it.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Just hearing the guy, no, it's probably nothing. like it.
EFPS stands for Entangled Fight Problem Solving. And what this guy does is he's got the slight shooting portion, but he teaches how to, defensive confrontations are going to be up close and personal, just like it was when I got up there to you. Yeah. And he says guns are great, but everyone's gun centric. What they need to understand, though, there may be a good portion of the time where they need to know how to create distance. So if someone comes and gets on you, you need to know, I don't want to say blocks, but you need to know what to do to create distance so you can get your firearm out and then put it. So if that's on the ground and you got to know how to get them off of you long enough to get your firearm out and then be able to use it. And so that's what this guy's going to do. A lot of like hands-on type stuff. It's going to be a pretty cool class, I think. Mm-hmm. So
sounds like it.
True.
Anything else?
That was just really cool to be able to do that.
So
and realize how much I need to work on it. And plus, I completely need to change how I carry. So there's no way I'd be able to draw that fast.
So like if you were to go through that like you did, and then have a period of time where you could actually dissect what you did and kind of like what we're doing now.
It sounds like he has, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, just kind of going over what maybe you could have done better. Get a chance to work on that. Do you think you would do any better?
I don't know. I think so. Okay, yeah, I would. I think I would. Yeah.
Because
just curiosity.
Just because
that's the premise of that class I just announced actually on Friday was a full-on Sims class. And what we're going to do is we're going to have people I'm not going to have a bunch of people. I think I said 2 to 4. Yeah. Let us know if you want more than that, but what it's going to be is we're going to put each person into a scenario, see how they react, discuss it, talk about maybe some choices that they could have made, and then we're going to put them into another scenario that's kind of like that, but a little different, and sometimes see if we can kind of stir stuff up a little bit and see how they react based on that. And I'm hoping, the hope is that people look at it like you, and these people though they won't maybe necessarily know what's going on. You had a really clear idea of kind of what was going to happen in there, but they will look at it and go, whoa, that wasn't anything like I thought it would be, or I should have done this, or I should have done that, or that's nerve-wracking.
It is completely nerve-wracking when you go through it. And it's completely changed how I consider, I need to change up how I carry, because the way I carry this, like I would have, right now the way I carry, I have to unzip, then unbutton the pocket, then grab the firearm out of this jacket that I carry in.
That's going to take you
take
30
forever.
seconds.
Yeah, serious. I need to change it up. I need to do something more practical.
That's another goal of this class too, or of that class would be to maybe make someone think about that. I need to switch what I do, or what I'm doing is not working, or whatever. So I'm excited for the class, and I hope it kind of takes off. And I probably shouldn't have announced I was doing it on. I shouldn't have made the announcement that I'm putting it on the list for classes on Valentine's Day.
I don't know. I'm sure there's some wives out there that would love to.
Yeah.
have the chance to shoot their husbands.
Oh yeah,
I mean, in
you
a
can
safe
market
manner.
it as therapy.
Yeah, we will. I will say though, because it took me. I've had this gear now for like 2 years or something. I mean, I've had this at least a year, if not longer. And I kind of backed off doing it because people were getting the paintball mentality. I've told you guys this before, right? And so I'm not gonna pit people against people. You're gonna like shoot at me, or you're gonna shoot at Mark or Dean if I can con him into coming and being the bad guy.
I've already volunteered to be shot. So
serious?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
He
what
doesn't
you
have to con me at all. I'm like, I'm down.
I mean, that
Bring a cup.
I'm not going to put two students against each other. We're taking one, putting it into a scenario, and then we're going to put someone else into the scenario and not let them chat and just kind of see how each of them, play it out. Because I'm afraid that if I had two buddies in there, it's going to end up like freaking paintball.
It's exactly like paintball.
Someone's going to get shot in the nuts, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be from slip of the trigger.
Well, that's a quick vasectomy.
There you go, for sure. Well,
so, hey Todd, what have you been doing that's Second Amendment related shit?
Well, it's my job now. I meant to go to the range. I actually meant to go to the range this week. I didn't make it. I've just been kind of.
Weekend's not over.
Weekends. I have a class tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well,
I do have a class tomorrow. I got some guys that are coming down, and they shoot at one of the local indoor ranges.
How many are there?
There's just two.
I mean, ranges.
They
How
shoot
many
at the
indoor
one. There's one in Twin.
Really?
Yeah, but they keep you at 50 feet. And this gentleman is like a member of that club. And he goes, they keep us at 50 feet. We can't shoot any closer. And he's like, we can shoot. He's like, I know the basics, but man, I can't even get good groups. I'm at 50 feet with a freaking handgun. I mean, how are you supposed to do that?
yeah.
So him and his buddy are going to come over, and I'm going to kind of see kind of where they're at, how they shoot, tighten up their fundamentals if they need that. And I'm just going to give them a whole bunch of drills and stuff. We're going to shoot a bunch of different drills, and hopefully they can take these drills and learn how, they can take them with them, and they can find a spot to use them, and they work on like developing their skills. So it'd be kind of fun.
True.
So looking forward to that. Hopefully I can get to the range next week. We'll see. I spent some time substitute teaching this week.
Yeah.
What?
Higher education.
Wow.
Higher education.
What grades?
I was at the high school, so I had freshmen through seniors there, and then I had 7th through 8th over at the middle school.
So what courses did you?
I didn't really teach anything. I'm like,
you just
do this worksheet, turn it in, read this, watch this movie. But the one I did at the high school was government.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Did the kids give a crap?
No, they did. They did. I did, but I don't have to lecture or teach anything.
Yeah.
I should have went in there with a bunch of my libertarian Ron Swanson quotes, but
Yeah, serious.
I thought
you should have
about
showed him some Ron Swanson
I should have.
clips.
Dang it! I did have my favorite one is about how the government sucks on the taxpayers' teats until they're chapped and bleeding.
That'd go over really well.
But until that's about it. That's about all I did. And
That would
then
go over really well.
I ran a lot, but anyhow,
How far have you? Wait, when's your next race?
April.
And what are you doing?
Arizona, 64 miles. In Arizona.
Part of it? Oh, is
Prescott Circle Trail.
Prescott. That's right. Oh my God.
Prescott Circle Trail. I'm going to go
60 miles.
I'm running in Hawaii next month. So
60, and next month is Hawaii.
yes,
Oh my God. And how far is that trail?
it's 22. It's only 22.
Only, all at once.
It climbs like 5,000 feet in 11 miles though.
Great. Googly boogly.
So anyhow, no one wants to hear about that. But I am starting a new podcast. It's going to be a running podcast.
So are you going to carry when you run?
I can't carry in
No,
in
Hawaii.
Yeah, not in
you
Hawaii.
can't.
What about in Arizona?
I may.
Now let me ask you this: Do you still carry when you run
I do.
all the time?
Not every time, but a good portion of it.
Gotcha. And how do you carry?
I have a chest pack.
So you're still carrying chest? Okay.
I do my chest
and-
pack. I've got that. Got my hydration pack over there. I can tuck one into if I need to.
Gotcha.
So
and is when you carry in the hydration pack, is it on the straps?
I've got a little
front, or is
pocket
it in the back.
a little pocket right here.
Pocket. Okay.
Yeah, works out pretty well.
Just curious,
A little cross draw action.
right? Shazam.
Shazam. So there was some news stories this week. there was, well, I'll tell you what, let's play the audio here.
Some
news. And we go to the news.
Well, we're hearing exclusively tonight from the mother of a 6-year-old with Down syndrome. She says the Tredyffrin Easttown School District mishandled an incident involving her daughter. Joe Holden is at the police department with the story. Joe?
Good evening. This Valley Forge mom says the school district is not looking at the big picture. She argues there are policies in place meant to keep kids safe, but she argues they are actually doing more harm than good, and she points to what happened to her own 6-year-old daughter as proof. It was November. A child's outburst in the Valley Forge Elementary kindergarten class drew a threat assessment and led to a police investigation we're told was initiated by the school district. The girl at the center of it all, 6-year-old Margot. She has Down syndrome. Maggie Gaines says the moment that landed her daughter in hot water was when Margot made a gun gesture and said she'd shoot the teacher.
It was very clear from the beginning that she didn't understand what she was saying, and the teacher and the principal agreed, but then they said that they needed to convene a threat assessment team.
Gaines said the conclusion, there was in fact no threat to safety, but she says the Tredyffrin Easttown School District wasn't finished.
But they said that they still needed to call the police. And as I get this phone call, you know, I was fine with everything up until they said, and we have to call the police. And I said, you absolutely do not have to call the police. You know, this is ridiculous.
Gaines last month went public about the incident in a letter to the school board. Her position, school officials are misinterpreting policy and state law.
She didn't really understand what she was saying, you know, and her having Down syndrome is one aspect of it, but I'm pretty sure that most 6-year-olds don't really understand what that means.
And now she has a paper trail with the police department.
Yeah, so now there is a record at the Tredyffrin Police Department that says she made a threat to her teacher. And
now, sources tell me 6-year-old Margot does not have a police record, but her name does appear in a police report. As you might imagine, this story is gaining some interest. We have a statement from a state lawmaker. State Senator Andrew Dinniman from the area says, and I quote, "As a state senator, an educator, and a parent, I am concerned when I hear that such important decisions appear to be guided blindly by written policy or legal interpretation without those in positions of authority using their judgment, experience, and common sense to weigh in. Furthermore, the state senator says, I am alarmed that a school seems to be acting as an extension of the police department in promulgating data and records on children as young as kindergartners." We've also obtained a statement from the school district. You can find that and read it for yourself at cbsphilly.com. Live in Tredyffrin Township, Joe Holden, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
When are we going to quit this villainizing they're 6 years old.
This is common sense. This has gone way too far.
She had Down syndrome. I spent all afternoon, my 6-year-old, I have a 6-year-old at home, and he had a few dollars, and he went and bought the little cops and robbers, it was a little revolver, and it had little handcuffs. I played with him. I played that with him all afternoon, right? He was freaking pointing a plastic gun at me. Big deal. That's a toy. This is a kid, 6 years old. She's got Down syndrome. What do you think she made this threat and later on she was going to do a drive-by with her homies? I mean, yeah, this is really absolutely
She's
ridiculous.
not going to walk down the halls of the school and just start picking off teachers and students. I mean, with what, her finger?
They
Yeah,
say
she's going to get more people infected with her booger hook than she is ever shooting anyone.
So what's interesting to me is, it said, oh, she doesn't have a record. Bull crap. She has her name
stick with her the rest of her life.
Rest of her life. Yeah. And I wouldn't, depending on how the country goes, if they start putting people with Down syndrome in like asylums, she's got every reason to now because her name's on a freaking list.
Written laws or rules and stuff are great. But there's a point where judgment and common sense needs to come and take over because that's just ridiculous.
I mean, it's just horrible.
It's stupid and asinine.
It is. But I mean, it's just, why do you think they do it? I think they're just trying to villainize everything. I mean, like when the kid chewed the Pop-Tart into the shape of a gun.
No, it was the shape of Idaho.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, that too.
Love Pop-Tarts.
Just freaking ridiculous.
The PC culture has swung so far left.
Right.
It's almost unbearable. Hopefully, it starts swinging back the other way soon.
Yeah, hopefully. So locally,
Frustration.
in local news, Paulette Jordan.
Boo.
Paulette Jordan is a Democrat in the state of Idaho, and last year she ran for governor, and she lost.
Good.
And she made some statements, and I've got them on here. Now, this is actually just kind of a commercial that I recorded, and they got her statements kind of broken up into, I think, 3 or 4 different statements, but there's kind of a gap in between. I didn't edit those together or anything like that. So we're going to listen to them, and just know that there's a gap there. It's not the audio. It's not bad audio. It's just the way the audio was set up. So here we go.
Honestly, for those folks who have certainly twisted the truth, I will say to them that as a gun owner, I will support everyone's Second Amendment rights.
What?
On top of that, I heard some rumor and rhetoric about the AR-15s. I firmly support citizens owning semi-assault rifles, and of course there's no problem with that.
You spoke at the state capitol in March when there was a large gathering of students, and a common idea they shared was banning a very certain kind of weapon, the AR-15. Do you think the AR-15 has a space in Idaho?
It doesn't have a place here in Idaho.
So she came out and said that she was okay with them.
Yeah.
And, at one point, and then a little later on, she said it was okay again. And then she came out and said, there's no place in Idaho for an AR-15. I think this is really entertaining to me because it's funny to watch the way they work. Now, she's running right now. She's not a governor again, as a state representative. She's running
a representative or a senator.
Yeah,
she's
Jim
running
Risch.
against Jim Risch.
Okay.
And she, it's funny how they work though, because they, she does these, like her big ad campaigns and stuff. She's sitting on the back of a horse on a ranch. I am Idaho. I ranch and I grew up on a family ranch. And she's Native American too.
She is Native American. She was on the tribal council in Northern Idaho.
And so I do this, and and my brother hunts, and we hunt, and we do this, and no, you can't have your AR-15s. They have no place here in Idaho. She doesn't really know what she's freaking talking about. She has no idea what she's talking about.
So she's referring to semi-automatics, but then as soon as you hear the word AR-15, oh, nope, that's not here.
Can't have that one. Can't have that one.
It's like the same thing, but no, can't have that one.
There's no place for that one in Idaho. Yep. It's just freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't have a clue what they're talking about, and it's no different than Joe Biden and there's 30 clips or 50 clips.
50 clips in my magazine.
Yeah,
I put 50 clips in my magazine. No one who needs 50
clips?
Who needs 50 clips in their magazine? Who needs 30 clips in their magazine? I have a 20 gauge. I have a 12 gauge. The other day I was out shooting my 10 gauge. Well, which one do you have, Joe? Yeah. Which one did you fire up in the air?
Yeah, off your front porch.
Which one did you fire up in the air and break your city's ordinance that was not allowed? Which one did you break the rule with and fire up into the air? The firearms rule with and fire, whatever. What a dope.
True.
What a dope. And so since we're speaking about him,
there's never been a limit on who can own, that anybody could own a weapon, period. No, and by the way, those who say the tree of liberty is watered with the blood of patriots, a great line.
The tree of,
what is he even talking about?
The tree of liberty was watered with the blood of patriots. The tree of liberty should be refreshed with the blood of tyrants. Yeah. And he said the blood of patriots. So that tells you what he thinks, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The fact is, if you're going to take on the government, you need an F-15 with Hellfire missiles.
I want an F-15 with Hellfire missiles.
I want an Abrams tank.
I want a tank.
Yeah. Heck, yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, I'm going to get my own tree of liberty.
Yeah, because Joe's got a good idea.
There's no way an AK-47 is going to take care of you if you're going to take on. You're worried about the government coming down, knocking down your door, and so it's bizarre. We never said you could own any weapon at all from the beginning.
Yeah, you never did. You never did say we could own any weapons.
What a tool, man.
Yeah, you say we can't own weapons. That's exactly what you're saying.
What a tool. What a tool, I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, never mind the NFA. They regulate everything.
So where can I buy this a Tomcat and Hellfighter missiles or whatever?
F-15 Eagle.
F-15 Strike Eagle.
Yeah.
Tomcat's an F-14.
Whatever.
Just to, so you're not Joe Biden it.
Where can I get? I don't want to do that. So where can I get some Hellfire missiles?
There's an Air Force base just right over.
You think if I went up there with my AK-47, they'd trade me?
Well, you might be able to get an A-10, but maybe not an F-15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, all right.
So also crazy. They are looking to crown anyone but Joe. There's some guy I saw in some debate. Someone came in like third, and they were like, "Woohoo! You came in third place in the debate, yeah, woohoo!" And they don't even want to even talk to Joe.
That's why they call it the circus.
Yeah,
because that's what they all are, is a bunch of clowns.
Every one of them. They're so far left. The pendulum on the
and they have
Democrat
no idea
Party is even further.
They have
left.
no idea what's going on in this country. I mean, real legit people. Not.
So Hellfire missiles.
Yeah, Hellfire. Let's go for it.
That guy is
never mind. You need a Tomahawk, but whatever.
that guy is.
Let's just get Tomahawk missiles.
Damn right.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Well, they're crazy. So I've got that next clip that I want to play, and it's real. I'm going to say this ahead of time. The audio on this next clip is absolutely horrible. And there's a weird kind of a buzzing noise. This is the best audio that I could find. I looked for about 20 minutes. And what it is this guy named, I don't even know how to say it, if it's Levin or Levine, Eben. He's in Virginia, and he's at a town hall meeting. And somebody asks him to define the definition of an assault rifle. And this might be loud, and this can be really hard to hear. So I'm going to kind of run the volume here, and hopefully we can get this figured out. So, and I got it set up on pause so we can pause it and comment on it as we want to. How's that sound?
All right, question from the audience about assault weapon ban. So on the Senate side, Senator Saslaw had an assault weapons ban that he took down. I know that when I spent all of Monday talking to gun enthusiasts that were in Richmond. This was their number one concern. Of all the bills, this is the one that concerned them the most. Delegate Levine has the bill on the House side. Question from the audience. Please define assault weapon.
Sure. So happy to. So what the bill does, this is HB 961, is it largely mirrors the federal assault weapons ban that was very successful in reducing the number of mass murders nationwide from 1994 to 2004.
Not sure where this guy gets his information. Yeah, and if you can listen, I know it's hard to because it's poor audio, but this is a good enough clip. I need to actually play it, even though the audio sucks. You listen to the people in the audience; the person recorded that just keeps like laughing.
Oh, I would be laughing. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
Trump 2020.
Basically, you can look at the graph of mass murders. They go up and up until 94. When they were banned nationwide, they went down to 2004, and now, unfortunately, they're higher than they've ever been before. The assault weapons ban is largely about mass murder. We have many other bills, as we're going to talk about, that deal with suicide, that deal with criminals and so forth, safe storage, but this has to do with mass shooting. And what we find is there's certain weapons that mass shooters prefer to use.
There's certain weapons that mass shooters prefer to use.
Yeah, usually if you're a shooter, you use a gun, but...
Yeah, they like the ones that go bang.
Yeah.
So...
They're basically the same kinds of weapons, modified weapons from weapons of war. And what they do is they kill a lot of people fast. So the goal in my legislation was to distinguish hunting weapons, weapons used for self-defense, weapons used for sport shooting, from weapons that are the preferred weapons for mass shooters. And so what the bill does is it distinguishes basically the difference between guns that go like this. These are rifles.
So what he's doing, I know no one can see the videos, he said it differentiates, this bill differentiates, assault rifles differentiate from guns that go like this. And what he's doing is he's holding looks like he's holding a deer rifle up, and he's got his head laid over his cheek on the stock, like a deer hunter, okay? So he's talking about that.
You use them to shoot an animal, and you can shoot very precisely with a rifle, an animal. These are the guns that hunters use. They go like this. and you look down the barrel, and you can shoot very precisely, you can have a scope. Those are the kinds of things that hunters like to use. Mass shooters don't like things that go like this, because what that means is someone can hit the rifle butt against their head. Deer don't do this, elk don't do this, but humans trying to save their lives do this. It's very hard to shoot a lot of people fast that way.
It's not that hard, but I'm not going to go shooting people. But it's not hard to shoot anything.
I think I posted this up once already, but I'll try to post this video up again so you guys can watch. It is so comical because he's up there doing like, you guys haven't even heard the good stuff yet.
It gets better.
It gets better.
I just love how they just assume this stuff. You know? I mean,
he's making it up as he goes.
Yeah.
This is
So
Joe
hunters-
Biden level bullshit.
So the mass shooters use guns that go like this. All right? Pistol grip, things like that. And guns that go like this are wildly inaccurate. That's why hunters don't like them. But mass shooters do like them. Because their goal is generally not to accurately shoot one person, like an assassin, but to shoot many, many people fast. You may know that in Dayton, the shooter got off some 75 rounds in less than 30 seconds, shooting 40-odd people, while the police were right there. That's what these guns do. That's why they're so useful in the military. You want to mow down an approaching army.
Mow them down.
They're not useful for hunting. They're also not useful for self-defense.
You guys hear the people
Yeah, I
laughing
hear
in
them
the
laughing,
back?
yeah.
No, it's ridiculous. They're not used in self-defense. Excuse me?
Yeah. They mow down. Because those are the exact same
But if
guns.
the military gets in a firefight, no, they're not using them to self-defense.
Those are the exact same guns that the military uses. I wish I had the ones the military
I do
used.
too. That'd be awesome.
The best weapons for self-defense in your home, a shotgun. What's a shotgun? A shotgun's very powerful. You shoot a shotgun, and it shoots some 40 pellets out, and if someone's coming to approach you and they face the end of a shotgun, they're in big trouble, right? So for self-defense, people...
Your 20 gauge, your 12 gauge. When I was shooting my 10 gauge...
So you can't shoot
He must
30
be-
rounds out of a magazine really fast, but you can shoot 40 pellets with one shot.
I think he's buddy.
All at once.
He must be buddies with Joe.
Yeah.
Must be.
Maybe they're neighbors.
What the hell's the difference between shooting him 75?
Oh, he's going to tell you in a minute.
75 in 30 seconds or
40 in one.
40 in one trigger pull.
He's going to tell you. He's going to tell you.
Oh,
keep it up.
Okay.
They also use pistols, they use concealed handguns. What the bill does is it looks at semi-automatic weapons. Sir, feel free to write something on a card, tell me why you think I'm wrong. What the heart of what this bill does, and there are many things this bill does, but it does is it bans extended magazines. So one of the things we found is that if you want to shoot a lot of people fast, you need to be able to shoot without changing the magazine.
Did they test this out? So probably some of their guys that they had do these shootings tested this crap out.
So he says, he said flat out, one of the things this bill does, okay, well, this bill does many things.
Yes.
It's like, yeah.
And I love it. One of the things that we have found out is, you've been testing this?
Did this guy go around and interview all these mass shooters?
Well, think about the mass shootings. Think about the mass shootings and when they occur. Think about when they occur. They occur right before votes and
when
right.
they need to get some agenda going again.
So they've had plenty of
some
time.
narrative passed.
They've had plenty of time to practice this. So
the thing that holds all the bullets, right? So if you have 30 bullets in your magazine, you can shoot 30 people just as fast as I can move my finger and kill them all before you have to change and get a new magazine. Now, most gun owners will tell you they can change that magazine in 1 or 2 seconds. But those 1 or 2 seconds saves lives. I'll give you a couple examples. One's Tucson. Gabby Giffords would be dead today if that killer had not had to change the magazine, and some brave woman in her late 50s.
So here's the thing. We started out talking about assault rifles. Then he said it was all about magazines. And then he talked about Dayton, and they used an AR-15 of some kind. And now he's talking about Gabby Giffords. Gabby Giffords was shot with a freaking Glock. So now we ventured away from rifles to handguns. So like he said, it's about
this bill covers
mag capacities.
Okay, it covers many things. Is what he flat out said it covers many things.
Mostly mag, yeah.
And it's all gun related.
It's just asinine. Listen to him bury himself some more. It's great.
Don't get him.
Hit his arm, knocked the magazine out of his hand, saved the other people in Tucson. Another example recently you may have read about was in Nashville, the Waffle House, when a very brave man was in the bathroom, saw the killer was changing his magazine, came through the door, grab that red hot magazine.
Red hot
magazine.
Holy cow.
Those damn magazines are
Man.
hot.
What the hell is he filling it with? Mike and
can't-
Ike's?
I can't tell you
I can't
the
do
last
that.
time.
I can't do that. I'm allergic to fire. I can't do that.
I can't.
Oh, serious? Yeah,
I
you don't
can't
wanna
tell
get-
you the
yeah.
last time I was burned by a freaking magazine.
Yeah.
Does he have to take Benadryl after he touches one of those things?
I've got.
Maybe it was
look,
on
see
fire.
this right
Maybe he
here?
did like a mag flip.
You see?
in it.
You see this right here? This is a scar. See? Right
Yeah, it
there
was
from where
imprinted.
I grabbed the red hot magazine.
You got like Magpul imprinted on your.
That's a hell of a tattoo. Okay.
And saved a bunch of lives. Because you got the medal for that. Now, there is a burden on gun owners. The burden is 1 to 2 seconds. When they're sports shooting, they take 10 mags. They take their template magazine. They can shoot 10. Then they have to take 1 to 2 seconds to change the magazine. If it's 100 bullets, they might have to take 10 to 20 seconds. I don't know about you, I spend more of that time in a traffic light. The fact that gun owners may have to take 10 or 20 seconds more, that's the negative. The positive is we save a bunch of lives. For me, that's a very easy calculus. And so I have no problem saying that we're going to ban these large magazines. In terms of the differences between the guns, the heart of the difference is how you hold the gun. It basically is a semi-automatic, meaning that you can shoot with each finger, not like a bolt action when you have to kick out the cartridges. It's none of those. It has to be semi-automatic, and it must contain one of these weapons of war type features. Things like a pistol grip, things like a flash suppressor, which basically conceals where the flash is coming from. Things like a silencer that was used in Virginia Beach to basically not show what the gunshots sound like. It kind of muffles them a bit. A deer's going to run away no matter what, but it's a human who may not understand that it's a gunshot when they hear a silencer, and indeed more people died at Virginia Beach that way. So we've tried very, very hard to distinguish between the weapons used for hunting, for self-defense, and for sport shooting from the ones that are used for mass murder. That's what it tries to do. Lastly, I should say that, and maybe Senator Evans is going to get into this, there was an earlier bill put forward by Senator Saslaw that would have banned and confiscated those weapons. We felt that it went too far to do that. So our bill allows people to keep their weapons, including their AR-15s and the like. They can keep their weapons, but we've asked them to do what people have done with machine guns when they were banned in 1934. To basically get a permit so we know where they are so they aren't used by criminals. I should say this, what happened in 1934 when machine guns were permitted is that you've seen very, very few mass murders since the 30s with machine guns. In Prohibition, they were used all the time. Machine Gun Kelly, John Dillinger, sprayed.
Okay, so...
good feedback.
Well, good feedback. You can hear me now. So discuss this for a minute, and I will fix this problem.
Okay.
So talk about what the red hot magazines and all that crap.
Yeah. Well, and then so
where the hell is this dipshit from?
So he's saying that the AR-15 is not a hunting rifle. I beg to differ. I've used it to hunt coyotes.
Right.
I just don't. I don't see that. I mean.
And
for sporting stuff like the competitive shooting and everything, having a 10-round mag and going through and running a course with the 10-round mag, having to change your mag all the time, kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I don't. This guy's a complete dumbass.
Well, so a 30-round mag is a standard capacity as far as I'm concerned.
And how many bullets does it hold?
Bullets. 30 bullets, not 30 clips.
Yeah. This guy totally is Joe Biden level stupidity.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like he needs to go back to class and learn a little bit more before he starts trying to tell.
Maybe the guy should stick. Yeah, people like this should not be allowed to represent the people.
Yeah. So you hunt, you have to use a specific hunting rifle. You can't use just any rifle. You have to use a specific one.
Oh, yeah.
One that you pull up and you put your cheek on it. You can't just hold it and just spray the deer.
Oh yeah, like I know I did that once. I sprayed the deer and he just kind of looked at me funny and then just walked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different kind of spray.
Same. Sorry.
You don't hose them down.
You don't. Oh. Sorry, I misunderstood.
I really like the part where he's talking about the flash suppressors and the silencers and how a deer is smart enough that he knows and he'll run away. But as a human being, we don't know that there's a suppressor on there. We don't know to look for the shot.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
So I would like to say we've had some issues, obviously, with Facebook Live tonight. I restarted it for the third time. Now you guys couldn't hear the audio. I need to show Mark how to do that when we get logged on. So thanks for rejoining us. Sorry this is choppy. Facebook Live is great. Go ahead and download, Spotify or iTunes or something, and you could probably listen to this tomorrow and get more out of it when you can hear everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But I fixed it so you guys can at least hear the last little bit. I think that was worth listening to. It was.
Yeah,
the audio was
it's comical, but it's sad at the same time.
It's sad. That Red Hot magazine. No one wants to grab that Red Hot magazine. Nobody.
No.
Especially when it's made of plastic.
Yeah, Red Hot, man. That thing just melted.
Oh, I hate it when I get hot magazines.
Yeah.
Hot magazines and cold brass just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold brass. I hate it when my brass is cold.
Yeah, me too.
It's just sitting here on this cold chair makes my brass cold.
You even have a pad. We don't have pads.
I know. Right. My pad is cold, and so is my brass.
So we got one more thing that I want to play because it's just really, 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 really comical.
It's pretty comical.
It's pretty comical, but I will say...
Be forewarned.
Be forewarned. There is some language involved. I'm sorry. We're all adults, right? We've all heard the words. I may not use some of them, but I'll play them on here so everyone can hear them. So if you're watching this and your kids are around, just be forewarned. But we're going to go ahead and play this. What this is a gentleman by the name of James Smith. He's my new hero. James
Trump
Smith.
2020.
He runs a YouTube channel called James Smith, and he went ahead and went to a Bloomberg rally. And he was the only...
before we get to this, can I talk about Bloomberg a little bit?
Let's talk about Bloomberg.
Because I can't stand the fact that Bloomberg is buying all this time on radio ads, and he's got this commercial out there that has the small town kind of thing to it.
Why are you so disagreeable?
Because he doesn't know a damn thing about small towns. And he's trying to portray something that he's not. What
it is everywhere else that he does ads. Most everywhere else, he comes right out and says, I'm here for gun safety. I'm going to take away your gun. And he lays it all out. Yeah. He knows in Idaho that he can't come right out and say, I'm going to take your guns. Because what are people going to do? They're going to shut the radio off. They're not going to listen or whatever. So if you listen to some of his ads, and you guys have heard more than me, I don't really listen much to the radio, and I don't have.
I'm half tempted to call the radio and tell them,
they
stop playing this because I'm not going to listen to it anymore.
They know that they're there. Trust me. But he talks about what else, other things that we hold dear to our hearts as far as, I came up in a small town. I worked hard. I made my first million. I made my money. I worked hard. I raised my family. And so that's what he's going after. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, and I went to work every day, and I succeeded.
I can read right past his bullshit.
I know, but a lot of people,
all the rest of us,
are going to
relate to the time that we all made our first million.
Yeah. Actually, I hate to say it, he's ruined that song for me.
Yeah. But a lot of people are going to be driving down the road. They're going to hear that, and it's not going to register. But if you drive down the road and you hear commercial and you hear someone says, I want to take your gun rights away, or I'm going to ban guns, or I'm going to bring gun control in, what are you going to do? That's going to register right away, right?
Yeah.
And so this is how he's coming into Idaho.
Yeah, but with all the advertisements, it's not just the radio and
right.
He's trying to buy his way into the White House. That's literally what he's trying to do.
Yeah. He has yet to participate in any of the voting so far.
Like the Democratic
primaries
and stuff.
He has not been on the ballot of any.
He's not. I don't think he's going to have.
And
he's
going for the big states, and he just asked to be his running mate. Did you see that? Hillary.
Oh, Hillary.
You got to
think about this. Think about this. So she said she wasn't going to do it. She said that on.
She needs to rethink
the other day.
Though.
So this is the way she should do it. Is she should run, and then if he wins, he's president. But then 5 months down the road, she has him off.
He's totally.
She's president.
And then she's president.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to do it.
Absolutely she will.
Mysteriously, he's going to just die.
Oh my gosh, he committed suicide.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, he stabbed himself in the back several times.
He fell down the stairs.
How could he have done that?
So anyhow, we got my new hero, James Smith. And like I said, caution for the language, but we got to listen to this. And there's a lot of people talking, but this guy is freaking awesome.
Yeah, because Bloomberg is not the guy that's going to come take your guns. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
He's going to make it happen, but he's not going to
be the one
knocking on your door.
This guy is awesome. I won't necessarily say I'm a huge Trump supporter, but I stand behind this guy right here, my buddy, my man, James Smith.
Bloomberg, hey, right here, come and take them. 30-round mag, baby. I want you to personally come and take it out of my hand. Come on, personally, come and take it out of my hand. Right here. Anybody? Y'all step right up. Come on, Bloomberg. Come on, Bloomberg. Right here. 30-round mag, take it. Hey, you don't want to touch me. That's going to be a bad idea, but.
You don't want to touch him. That's going to be a bad idea.
This sounds like Gus. I just want you to know that.
Don't touch me. It's going to be a bad idea for you. Bloomberg. Well, don't. I'm not working. Hey, buddy. Hey, I ain't seen nobody take it out of my hand yet.
I ain't seen nobody take it out of my hand yet.
30-round mag right here.
Yeah, I can't believe he can't hold it.
How can he hold it if it's
red hot burning?
He's got to have welding gloves on.
He must be. He's got a beard. Maybe he's just that tough.
Yeah.
I will say though, this guy is having a hell of a good time. Do you hear him? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. He's
I gotta agree with those people chanting, "I want Mike." I want Mike to come to my front door
and take my
stuff.
Take my yeah.
Just him, nobody else.
Like you said though, he won't even go to the debates.
Yeah, let's see him. Come on.
In fact, he had another one, and I couldn't find the article. He had another deal where he was having an anti-gun rally, and I forget what state it was in, and all these gun rights or gun supporters showed up, and then the bus showed up, and he never freaking showed up. He never showed up. He never came to his own gun rights or anti-gun gun rights rally because all the gun supporters that showed up and were surrounding his office.
Yeah, it's because he's a chicken.
Because he's a chicken.
Hold on. Listen. Get that motherfucker out of my face, bitch.
James is getting a little fired up at this point.
Get fucked up. I'm telling you, just don't touch me. Hey, I'm a peaceful broadcaster. Just don't fucking touch me. I ain't shit. Show me I ain't shit. Come on, show me I ain't shit.
That kind of reminds me of Gus right there. Show me I ain't shit.
Yeah,
show me I ain't shit.
That's total Gus language right there.
Yeah. Hey, I'm walking outside. Trump 2020! Trump 2020! Trump's gonna go! These sheeple. They're all sheeple. They want the rats taken away. All of these people are sheeple. They want the rats taken away by this man. They're asking me to leave. Are you a member of this place?
I am. I'm security.
You're security for this place?
So if you can't tell, security has showed up. It's this short little woman. And she's trying to drag.
She sounds really intimidating.
She grabs James's shirt and tries to drag him out of there.
Yeah, so you're
I'm getting kicked out by security. This mean-looking lady here. Oh no, she's mean.
She's mean.
Trump 2020. Trump 2020. Trump 2020. Hey, let go of me, lady. 2020. Trump 2020. Trump 2020. Trump 2020. Woo! Come on, baby. Vote for Trump. 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 Keep your guns. Vote for Trump. Keep your guns. Vote for Trump.
Oh, no.
Keep your guns.
Get him out of here.
Keep your guns. Hey.
Let's go.
Keep your guns. Vote for Trump. Keep your guns. Vote for Trump. Keep your guns, baby. Vote for Trump.
Yeah, keep your guns.
All right, now I'm outside. Let's see how tough they are.
Yeah, assault somebody.
Assault somebody?
Yeah.
Who's assaulting anybody? There's assaulting me. I never touched anyone. Anyone who's ready to touch me is more than welcome, though.
Hey, guys.
That's right. Who wants to touch me?
Now he's a prostitute.
Yeah, no, that's my man, James Smith. So
You
that
mean
was
to tell me he made it all the way out of that thing with that mag in his hand?
with that mag in his hand.
And nobody
not
took
even
it from him.
Not even the not even
imagine
this,
that.
the
Not even security.
The security.
Not
lady.
even old Super Bloomberg himself.
No.
Old Bloomy.
So anyhow, we had to end on that one. I thought that was entertaining.
That was hilarious.
So let's run this down. You got the burn.
You got the burn.
You got Bloomy.
You got Bloomy.
You got Sacagawea or whatever they called her.
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And then you got Butt Geige or Butt Geige or whatever his
Butt
name
Judge.
is.
Yeah.
Whatever his
Butt
name
Judge.
Is that how they say it?
No.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I don't even know how to say it. Anyway.
Buddha Judge.
Yeah.
But it's spelled butt geek.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like Butt Gigi or something like that.
Gigi.
Considering he, yeah, never mind. I'm not going there.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I don't want any of
go
that.
there.
I don't want any of that. It
Yeah.
just sounds horrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of French jokes in there. Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But yeah, anyhow, quite the lineup, right? Oh, crazy Bernie.
Yeah, that's the circus, all right.
I cannot believe that this country has come to the point where half of them are at, well, I guess only he's what, at 30%. He's or 25%. 26% of half the country is actively rooting for a socialist Marxist.
It's crazy. They have no idea what they're wanting.
nation. Oh, it's just
No idea.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a giant shit cloud coming, I'll tell you that.
Seriously, not 30 years ago, someone like that would have been laughed off the stage.
Oh, totally.
If they even considered. And now the Democratic Party is just
Bernie just
embracing
keeps
it.
coming back.
He does.
He just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
He's like herpes.
He is.
Serious. The
Yeah.
guy is the herpes of the political
The
world.
Bernies.
The Bernies, herpes or Bernies.
He's just not around for the weekend now.
But well, I think we should wrap it up. If you enjoyed this podcast and listened to it, we certainly appreciate it. Once again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over again. We like feedback, good, bad, whatever. We like feedback. You can call me. You can text me, area code 620-794-6223. Area code 620-794-6223. You can go to my website, patriotdefense13.com. You can go to the website. You can contact me there. You can listen to the podcast there. You can read my blog post there, which I'm about 2 weeks behind. But you can check that out there. Share the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast. We like it to grow. Hey, and I will throw this out there. And I believe I'm not good with names necessarily.
I'm Dean.
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
So I've been. We have a longtime listener that has been talking to me about guns and even my running. And he is over in France. He's from Europe over there. I don't know which country necessarily, but he's part of what they call Legion. His name is, I may pronounce this wrong. It's Jiri. So is it Yuri? Is that how you spell that?
I don't know. That sounds Russian.
I don't know, but he's stationed in France.
Sorry, Yuri. We're just
Anyhow,
pulling your chain.
He got a hold of me, and he's been texting me, and we've been texting back and forth all week. It's freaking cool, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So, how many people are listening to the podcast now?
We're doing pretty good. So, I mean, we'll get the one we did last week. I think we're up to like probably 230 downloads. So, we'll get, if I release this tomorrow, by Monday, we'll have 150 downloads easy.
Get out of here.
So it's growing. I mean, I'd like to see it grow more. I'm glad it's growing like it is.
I get people showing up at the gun counter, like just recently, telling us to keep up the good work. They enjoy listening, and that really makes me want to come back and do this
And
stuff.
great. It would be great if the podcast got huge and we got some, a few sponsors and even, made a little money. But that'd be perfect. But part of me wants that. But part of me doesn't want that. I mean, I love a lot of people listen to me. I don't necessarily want the sponsorship though, because then I feel like if you're being sponsored, you're kind of almost controlled on what you can say.
Right.
So I'd rather just have the listeners. Even if we just have the listeners we have now, I'm super excited. I'm super happy.
I still enjoy doing this stuff.
I don't do this for the money. We don't get paid to do this. We do this because we enjoy it. We like getting together. We like talking about news stories, and it's mostly just like a shoot the shit session every Saturday evening. It's great. I mean, and we'll get together when it gets nicer out, and we'll go shoot, and then we'll do the podcast. I mean, that's what we like to do. So if you listen, if you like it, share it with your friends, make them subscribe. You can find me on Facebook under Patriot Defense, and I'm sorry for the live feed. It always falls apart every now. We get about 3 good weeks in, and then it just goes to hell. So I'm not sure. I'm working on ways to solve that, but
I love all the comments, and
yes, we do.
If you do have any things you want to talk about, and you can't get a hold of Todd, come see me at the gun counter. Most of y'all know where to find me.
And Tarver would kill me if I gave out his phone number, so I won't be doing that. Tarver's
do one of those 555. You're like the generic ones that they do.
555 Cajun Cowboy. So, and Dean, we won't give your number out either.
Yeah, if you have recurring rash, you can come see me at the clinic.
Let me talk to you after.
Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't mean. I'm sorry that I totally broke HIPAA. Sorry. Oh man.
Anyhow, until then, I will be back next weekend. I'm not sure. It probably won't be on Saturday because I have a big permit class, and then I actually have a private class as soon as that permit class is over. So we might have to do this a day early or a day later or something. We will figure it out. But until then, I will talk to you later.
Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.
Bye.